Donovan midway through this game. You switched on to Russell Westbrook for most of the remainder of the game. Was that something you asked for or something Quinn did, and how did you feel that went for you?
It's just an adjustment that we made throughout the game. Just put a little bit more length. I think that was it. But just trying to contain him. I think I did a pretty good job. There are times where I kind of fell asleep. But I think overall I did a pretty good job, and we just got to be able to contain him because, he likes to get out in transition, likes to get downhill, and I just try to limit that as much as possible.
Donovan, from your point of view, what did you see from Ricky Rubio's performance? How was he able to do what he did tonight?
He was all over the place. he was a leader. He was talking. He was communicating, playing great defense, and just telling us what he saw through the game. Going out there saying, all right, when we run this pick and roll, they're doing this or they're doing that. And when he's at his best, when he's most vocal and kind of just talking, and being loud, and his play, as you guys saw, talks for itself, and he's doing amazing things, and I'm real proud of him, and we all are. But he's gonna continue doing that.
Rudy, you guys dominated on the boards once again. 3 guys in double figures, out rebounding by 15. You knew that was a key coming into this series. So did they. How have you been able to hold them off the board?
Just try to put bodies on them. They're a very athletic team, very physical team, and we do it as a team every game. And tonight was definitely one of our best nights rebounding.
Rudy, Fred Katz, Norman transcript. You guys forced, I think, 17 turnovers tonight. A lot of them were on passes where Westbrook was penetrating, and you guys ended up picking him off. What are those reads like for you when you have a guy driving at you to kind of deter him and force him into an uncomfortable pass?
Just trying to make them think. Everyone in the league knows that I protect the rim, and I know that they know. So I just gotta play games. Make them think, and they're one of the best teams, especially Russell Westbrook attacking the basket. So I gotta be aware and try to do my best.
Donovan, are you expecting a pretty desperate Oklahoma City team on Monday?
I think we're going to expect a team that's going to come out with more aggression, being physical the way they were tonight. But I wouldn't say desperate per se, just more assertive, more aggressive. I think they made their push a little bit late. They hit us a little bit in the beginning, and they made their push kind of towards the end of the game, and it wasn't enough. So we just got to be ready to withstand their run and understand that it's going to be a long game next game, and they're going to come out with more aggression. And I think if we just withstand that run, we'll be in good shape.
Donovan, as a team, you guys had 19 turnovers. They scored 33 points off those turnovers. What's the key to cleaning that up going into Game 4?
I think we're going to go back, look at the film, communication, being on the same page. There was a point, I think when Ricky went out and we X and I were in there together, we were kind of confused, what are we running? Where are we at? I think that's the stuff we can't have. Fortunately it didn't hurt us tonight, but next game that might, be the deciding factor. So we just got to be able to stay poised, stay under control, and not really let the pressure and the I guess one of the best point guards in the NBA when he goes out the game, to be able to continue doing the same thing that he does and then provide the same spark that he does.
Rudy, they went small with Patrick Patterson at the 5, right here, sorry. With Patrick Patterson at the 5 there in the first half, and then at times through the rest of the game. Looked like it was a bit of an adjustment for you at first, but then once you got your head around it, it seemed to do pretty well. What was that like for you, kind of adjusting to a new look this series?
Just gotta be aware, be aware where my guy is, and don't overhelp. That's the main thing. And if I do help, I know my teammates gonna have my back, and we're gonna full rotate. But when they play small, it's also a good way for us to punish them on the board. So they gotta choose.
Don, you talked about this being the loudest crowd, man. You played in front of. How for both of you guys? How can y'all feed off of that energy in the crowd, man? Just the experience of being in front of the home fans.
He's been through it a few times. This is my first one, and just to be able to have that push and then that energy behind you. On the road, it's a little different. I love playing on the road. I love kind of going against the loud crowd, but there's nothing like having the crowd on your side. Every call that doesn't go our way, they let the refs have it. It's fun. I think that's the biggest thing, and I think it just brings you back to when you were a kid, kind of watching playoff games. You know, just having fun and enjoying it. And Utah crowd they're relentless, and they made a lot of jokes tonight. They're pretty funny, but they're just relentless, and it's just a lot of fun to have a crowd like that behind you.
Yeah, Donovan, you don't have to play against Rudy, but you get to watch him every night. He's clearly affected the Thunder, particularly Westbrook's drives aren't nearly as effective. What's it like watching what he does defensively every night and as this season's going on?
It makes the guards' jobs a lot easier. You know, you feel more secure on the wing. You know, if like Westbrook gets by me, you know, it's like you know the whole season I've been saying like if somebody goes by me, it's like all right. Like, go ahead, try it, you know, because I've tried it. It doesn't work. So, you know, like I've always said, he's the defensive player of the year this year, and he should be for a reason. You know, he's always at the rim. He's always there. Even when he's guarding a guy like Patterson in the corner, you know, he's able to make up that ground and come and block shots. You know, and then it may not show up in the game, but, like, people think, like, the players think about it. You know, they get by you, and they're like, I don't know if I want to shoot it. So that's when the jump pass comes into effect, and that leads to turnover. So it's an intimidation factor. You know, it's different trying to go up against this guy every day.